What a mess. Erica, happy birthday. And why is my voice still sounding like a man from Jiffy Lube? I feel like I should be answering the phone because you know why? I partied so hard with my friends. That's correct. I'm super glistening, and there's reasons for that we're going to get into. Hey, Bumblebee, Liz Tricks. Erica, today is her birthday. She got a petty. Hey, DS Katie Diane. Meredith Lynn. Okay, good. I'm glad you're here. Meredith, I used the volumizing Amika shampoo yesterday, and I want you to know, like, this is what happens on day 2. And it's important for you to know that because you took a picture of it at Sephora and I needed you to know about it. Hey, Rhonda McNeil. Hey, Trixie. Christy Lynn Wilson. Welcome in. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Buffy. Gloria. Aspire to Inspire. Linda. Xenu and the Body Thetans is in. Meredith, you got to do it. It really does make your hair large. Joanne Hawley made it. Brian Bolin is here. Kay, welcome. Hey, Sophia. Puka Vista. The Jiffy Lube mechanic was cute. Well, then I have that going for me because I sound like a man, and there's no hiding it. There's no hiding it. Erica, thank you. Oh, better silence that. We're having problems, and I may have to step out. Thank you, Kestrel. Hey, Marie Marion. Aline. Hey, Armine. Guys, is Renee B here? Hey, Sarah from Cali. Joy Lee. Debbie Zito. I love Debbie Zito, guys. Linda McMillan. Lumen is here. You are not blocked. Hey, Sassy's dad, Conroe. Melissa with 1S. Dang, Diane. Good for you. That probably feels good for summer. Hey, Candace. Hey, Nancy Jane. Bohemian Luciferian Witch. How was your first day of work? Went well. Have more opportunities coming my way. That's what we want to hear, girl. That's what we want to hear. No, the air did not go out. Hey, Georgia. I hope you had a fun birthday, babe. Hey, Cal, P. Taylor, Angie Moe, Deborah Ricci, Mods, thank you for being here. Critters Creations, Killy Billy. Hey, Wanda. So some 10 minutes ago, I was going to be on time. Okay. It's not my fault. I mean, it is. Hey, Jessamine. Did I say hi to you, Honey Lou? Peggy Collins, Victoria A. and Fishers. Thank you, Victoria. I love you, babe. I love that you're here. Renee B. bought me this top. We went shopping and she bought one too. And I tried it on. She was like, do you like it? And I said, I normally wouldn't get this color, but I do have a coral colored blush that I never wear. And I said, I think I'm going to do it. And then she said, well, I'm getting it for you for your birthday. And I said, please don't. And she said, too bad. And I said, okay. You don't want to trifle with Renee B. She's 6'3", almost as tall as Erica. And she's she'll make your beehole like that, like some people do, you know. Kind of like Yorkie Mom in a lot of ways. Very Judge Judy. You know what I mean? Sometimes Liz Tricks. Yeah. Thanks, Honey Lou. Hey, Kat. So 10 minutes ago, this is the weirdest thing. By the way, Bo got his hair cut off. Bobo? Bobo! He's naked as a jaybird. Bobo, let's show it. Guys, don't look at my legs. This outfit doesn't match, except these shoes are really cute with this top. Again, I haven't gotten a chance to wear these shoes because I don't wear orange, okay? Look at how naked. Show him how naked. Oh, he's so naked. Oh, he's really naked. See my shoes? They match. He's a naked man. Oh, he's so friendly. He's a good person. Oh, he's so tall. Bobo, we're really proud of your hair. He got his summer haircut, everybody. Summer haircut. Oh, he's all shaved off, and he looks glorious. Doesn't he? Don't be embarrassed, Bobo. Hey, D. Oh, he's so naked. Oh, he doesn't have his pood hairs. You can't tell that you're a pood. Guys, look at how cute these shoes are. I never wear them. Hey, Shell. Hello, where's Renee B? Hey, Upwardly Vocal. So fun. Look, they have a heart cut out on the top. Why wouldn't we do this? I mean, are you even living your life if you're not going to do a pop of coral? I did. Did you do something to get big hair today? Yes. Hey, Heather. It's a little secret that Meredith Lynn saw. I showed her when she was here. Amika, Amika. I use their volume shampoo like, I don't know, once or twice a month. I don't know, maybe a little more. But it's thanks, Marie Marion. It makes my hair every day after washing, especially, it makes it bigger and bigger. It really does work. Hey, Catherine B. Hey, Andy. Aren't it mittens? Oh my God, you guys, look. I'm adopting an orange flavored Irish kitten in honor of Finn. Catherine Elizabeth Buttercream. That is so cute. I love that, Mittens. Catherine, it makes me think of Catherine B. Catherine Elizabeth Buttercream is the cutest thing I've ever heard. I think it's the cutest thing I've ever heard. That's cuter than a human baby. Thank you for sharing that. That is just adorable. And that will be a lucky baby. Hey, Lacey Silver. Okay, good. Meredith Lynn ordered it. Meredith, I really want you to get the big hair going. You are in Texas. Let's quit messing around, shall we? Hey, teacher nurse. Good to see you. Hey, Teresa. I've been enjoying watching you and your friends gathering on the replays. It's fantastic to see you accepting and creating unconditional love and support in your world. Teresa, thank you for saying that. And I'm happy to see you. I hope you're doing okay. Thank you, babe. It's always an honor when you're here. Hey, Hope Between the Dreams. I know, Shelly Kelly, get the shampoo and conditioner. It really makes a difference. It's weird how big it makes my hair. So fun. I never wear these. Look at this. Never. Like, I think I wore them one time. How cute. Please do, Mittens. So cute with this. And then I did a coral blush that I never use. Hey, Joyce Drager. And I just feel so right about it in this world. It just feels like it felt right in my heart. Hey, Go the Greek. So like now it's been more than 10 minutes ago. Thanks, Jessamine. This kid, guys, I had a solicitor. This kid knocked on my door and I was getting ready and I was like, hey, Lori Helker. I was like, who knocks on your door in the middle of nowhere? I thought for sure it was the spore quarter, like coming for interviews. And I said, let me get myself ready because I've been expecting you. Thanks, Viggy Cat. Thank you, Lori Helker. So I opened the door. Hey, Cliff Ann. And it's like this 20-year-old kid or something. And he's like, hey there. And he was really sweet. But I was like, do you know where you are? You lost? Like, what are you doing? I live out in the middle of nowhere. And he was like, he had like a clipboard. I was like, are you a Scientologist? He said, he was like, he didn't say his name. He was a young kid. Yeah, I don't expect him to be really good at any communication skills. But within the first, he said something about, he said, are there any young kids in the home? And I said, no. And he goes, do you have any kids at all? He said, are you the mom? And I said, I'm the aunt. Hey, Alana. And he goes, are there any kids in the home? And I said, my nephew, my little brother lives here. And then he said, this was so weird. Thank you, Donna Cooper. He goes, I'm not kidding you guys. This isn't a joke. He goes, have you seen me on Facebook? And I went, no. And he said, really? He said, have you seen me on Instagram? And I was like, no. And he said, really? You haven't seen me? And I said, no. He goes, I'm surprised. I'm kind of starting to become locally famous around here. And I said, have you seen me? I'm a YouTuber. You seen me? And he said, no. And I said, I'm shocked. Get out of here. Are you nuts? I was like, let me give you some pointers, kid. I don't know what you're selling. Yes, he was selling educational materials. Yes, that's what he was doing. Kat just said if he was selling educational materials, he's in a cult. Okay, well, he was. And he had some weird clipboard of like stuff he wanted to show me. And he was, hey, Tammy, he was like, do you have a high schooler? And I said, yeah. And he was like, well, I have these materials that he said will help him excel. Renee B, I was just talking about you. I'm wearing the top you got me from a birthday, girl. We're twinsies. She has one too. And he said it will help him excel to be an honor student. And you know what I said to this kid? I said, we don't want to excel. We're really happy with his mediocre C's and D's. I really am trying to get him to maintain like at the CD level. We really are not interested in excelling in this home. Nobody wants to excel. I don't know why you're here. Was he, what was he famous for? But that's what I said. And he had the craziest look on his face. I was like, we don't really, I don't want him to excel. Like, I don't want him to reach his full potential. We're just really happy with his mediocre, half bright wit, brain. Not everybody's going to be Jeff Bezos, and we're okay with that, right? Like, we like mediocre. We want to just maintain. That's why I'm not all about fitness. Did it ever occur to you that I like my fupa? Maybe I'm just trying to maintain it. Did you ever think about that? No, because you were just thinking about yourself. You should have given him the Debbie Zito look. Oh my God. Let me do it. I love her face. Shelly, I wish you could have seen that the day that I did that. I was like, don't we feel kind of sorry for him? And Debbie was like, so here's what happened though. So this kid gets uncomfortable, as one does when they're around me. Hey, Tiffinisms. And he goes, do you have time to sit down? And he like pointed to my pink bench that Liz Trix and Yorkie mom got for me. And I was like, only famous people get to sit there. Oh, I forgot. You said you were famous. He goes, do you have time to sit down? And I said, no, because I actually am a YouTuber and I'm about to start a show real quick, you little pipsqueak. And he goes, what's your show about? And I was like, vaginas. Hey, Lisa Kelson. It's not appropriate for kids. I'll tell you that right now. Me and my mediocre nephew are going to go inside now. And I don't know who this kid was. I have no idea. But here's what happened. When I opened the door, kid went out. And now she's under the porch and I can't get her to come in. And I'm worried because it's so hot and she's being a weasel. As a matter of fact, guys, give me a sec because I was trying to call her in and I was like, kid, tick-tock, mother effer. I got a show to do, girl. Can you guys give me a sec because I'm actually worried about it? It's like 1,000 degrees. Hold on. This won't take long. Well, lost another one. Come on, guys. I don't know what to do about that. We'll have to get her later. Oh, she'll be back. Leggy blonde. I don't know what to do with her. We need spuddles. She's enjoying the outdoors, guys, and that's okay. She'll come back. She's done this before. But that damn kid trying to sell me little genius packets, he did say that. He was like, your son could be on an honor student. And I was like, what if I don't want him to be an honor student? Not everybody's going to succeed, right? It's like George Carlin said, it's like anybody else, a few winners, a whole lot of losers and mediocres, right? Stella, she'll come back. She's just excited to be out in the wilderness. She feels like a badass and she's not. Kind of like Huxley, we like his, he maintains a really good, strong C and D academic report card, and we are proud. Couldn't be more proud, right? Like that's we've talked to many college people and they say you just maintain that level, son, and you're going to go far in life. And that's where we're at. She'll come in, Alana. She'll come in. Hey, Bigsy. I know it's not even real, but Buffy, what are you doing over there? Bobo got a haircut. He looks magnificent. Oh my God. He's so naked. So, hey, Angel K, I love that you're here. Hey, Nicole Hazelmiller. We don't go above and beyond our abilities. We were Scientologists. We're good. Thank you so much. Brian Bowen, I hope you're all right, brother. C's get degrees. Lumen. I gave up on that a long time ago. Like Huxley really um oh, that's okay. Hey Pam, I love to see you in here, Yorkie mom. Huxley, I can't look. I sucked at school. I hated school. I didn't do well in school. There are other paths. That's right, Catherine B. In all seriousness, though, like I don't pressure Huxley about it. You know, he got his final report card last year, ninth grade. He had like two A's, of course. Hey, Alicia, love you, babe. He got, of course, an A in like fitness or whatever he did because he's all about that for real, kind of not like me. And then, you know, I think he got an A. He either got an A or a B. He loves math and he loves social studies. I think he got a C in science. He got a C in like most other things and he got 1D. And I don't come down on him about that because thanks Leslie D. Renee B bought me this top for my birthday, Leslie. Um it feels cringy to me to pressure anybody about things that you weren't good at. Does that make sense? Like I'm not going to pressure Huxley, hey Dark Rose Siren about his grades. Like he's not a huge fan of school, and I've given him a lot of grace because we've moved a lot. So it's like, I don't know. I also feel weird. I don't like being pressured. Thanks, Renee B. I don't like being pressured uh into things that like I have no interest in. I'm like, son, hey, Kim is blue. I'm like, let's just do our bests. Sorry, I said bests because I was reading the word cultists. Cracking up that the cultists are drawn to you even out in the country. Kim is blue. It was weird. I've never had anyone knock on my door like that out in the country. Anyway, yeah, Sophia, I just don't. I mean, I don't want the kid to fail and have all F's, but he doesn't. He pulls it together. He does his best. And the other thing is, it's like, I don't expect him to get straight A's. Hey, Linda Garden Lady, Victoria Dement, welcome. I just don't. I don't. And I don't pressure him about that. You know, I talk to him a lot about college, but I'm like, you're going to do what you end up being interested in doing. I struggle with that because I have never been that kind of a parent that like pressures him about doing better. Yeah, I got a ton of pressure, grade pressure from my parents. I don't like doing that to him. You know why? I've had people pressure me my whole life. And if I'm not interested in something, don't push me about it. Or like if I'm interested in something and you don't want me to be interested in something, it's the other way around. Like I think because of there's some good things that have come out of this because of my Scientology background. Pressuring anyone into anything is never a good idea. I was telling a friend today, I have another friend whose boyfriend I'm not crazy about, but she's in her 40s. And I did not, Angie Mo. I just think I don't want to treat people in a way that I hate being treated. Like, it's just kind of simple to me at this point. Like, I don't like being pressured. Oh, no cancer for Dawn Pariso. I love that, Dawn. You must have gone in for your scan. Dawn, that is really good news. God, that's a good feeling. That's amazing. I'm happy for you, Dawn. Thank the Lord. Hi, Julia. Julia says, I'm barely out of secondary school and I'm realizing how completely useless my A levels are. And I don't want to, anybody who gets straight A's, like good for you. But I just feel like there's so many subjects. How can you push someone to enjoy each one and succeed at each one? I don't want to be that way. I don't want you to push me to have to make certain grades. That sucks, right? Hey, Ghostwriter, I thought I saw you. This is my first water today. What was I going to tell you guys? Okay. Couple of things. So that kid was weird, right? That was really weird. I am far smarter than my grades ever showed. Well, there's that too. Hey, Lori Lee. Not really, Lori Lee, just some cute shoes that match this top. Huxley is smart. Huxley is smart. Do I think he's a little genius? I don't know. Probably not. But I think Huxley is super smart, and he's smart like socially, and he's smart with manners, and he's very respectful and he treats people well. Again, hey, Jenny, that is more important to me than grades. That's probably not the best thing to say as a parent, but that's just my background. My upbringing brings me to that conclusion. And I've said that before. That's sad, Kat. I hope that's not the case. Um, that's kind of what I want to talk about today, actually. Not anything to do with Huxley, but just this subject in general. And that's why I titled this Accept It. I have a question for you guys. So I had therapy today. It was great. Went really well. I do sometimes question whether or not I should get a new therapist, only because I love my therapist. But anybody who's got experience with therapy, do you outgrow a therapist? Like, do you feel like, yeah, emotional intelligence is way more important than grades? Right. And I agree with that. You can learn anything you need to on the job. Manners and respect are important. And Brian, manners and respect don't always come naturally to everyone. That's not necessarily something that can be taught with everybody. It's just not. But yeah, you're right. I agree with that. You can learn anything you need to as far as a job, but manners and respect, not everybody comes with that package. And that sucks. I don't like being around people who don't have that. Hey, Nancy Jane, you're good, girl. It's okay. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my therapist for now, but I'm kinda like, I don't know, maybe I've kind of outgrown this person. Reese C's do get degrees, and unless he wants to be a doctor or lawyer, there's no need to be so focused on grades. This from someone who is pressured to get straight A's. Yeah, because Alana, you're super smart and you're a nurse. So yeah, thank you for saying that, Alana. Manners and respect are becoming a lost art, Shelley Kelly. I totally agree with that too. Again, I think it's great if you are a doctor or a lawyer, and we need plenty of those, and I respect that. I think it's great. But I've said this 100 times, they are also a dime a dozen. And if you are a doctor that has no bedside manner and poor manners, I'm going to get rid of you and find one that does. So manners will get you further, in my opinion. Hey, Mandy Albert. As a matter of fact, I had to call Verizon today. I have Verizon, and I had to call them and I had to ask them a question about my bill because it's way higher than I was quoted, and they auto pay me. So I don't really like, it's not like I get a paper bill, I don't get to see it. So I called and I was like, I feel like this is higher than what I was quoted. And I was probably on the phone with them for 45 minutes to an hour. And that's not my favorite thing to do. But at the same time, I'm going to get into this about therapy today. It kind of helped me with it. The girl was like explaining my bill to me, and she goes, and if you sign up for auto pay, you could be saving $10 per phone per month. Well, I have two phones because Huxley has a phone and I have a phone. And I said, but I did sign up for auto pay a year ago when I got Verizon. And she goes, oh, they haven't been giving you the discount. That's $20 a month for 13, 14 months. That's a lot of money that they've been charging me that I signed up for, right? And she was like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry. Well, we'll go ahead and start doing it now." And I was like, "Well, no." I was like, "No, because that's a lot of money." I mean, I would let it slide kind of a thing, but I was like, "That's a couple $100 that I've been charged that you told me you weren't gonna charge me when I signed up." Anyway, normally that kind of a scenario, I get a little bit like, because she was kinda arguing with me a little bit, and she was like, well, we're going to start the discount now. And I was like, nope, because I did auto pay and I signed up for it with my bank and everything. Like, I expect you guys to kind of honor what I don't want to do it now. Yeah, like Jessamine said, shouldn't they be crediting your account? And I kind of hinted at that. And she was like, well, she was like, I don't have the ability to do that. And I said, okay. I was like, well, that's totally fine. Is there someone that does? Like, I was really nice to her. And I was thinking that while I was waiting, and she kept putting me on hold, and she had an accent that was hard for me to understand. And so I kept having to have her repeat herself, which I felt bad for her. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, Lumen. So, well, yeah, Biggie Cat goes, just say, let me speak to your manager. Right. But think how many, I was thinking on the phone before when this was all going on, think how many people do that to her. Well, let me talk to your manager. Like, people are, I'm sure this, hey, saved by grace. Thank you. I'm sure that people all day long do that, pull that crap. So instead, I was trying to think of like ways to soften it. And she goes, I don't have the ability to do that. I said, well, that's okay. I was like, that's no problem. Is there somebody that does? I was like, is there someone that can help us? Do you think? Like, I was trying to be a little bit nicer to her instead of to just, let me talk to your manager kind of a thing. Like, put me through to your manager. Like, I didn't want to do that. And Biggie Cat, I know you're not implying that, but she did. She put me on hold for like 15 minutes and some guy came on and he fixed it. He's going to credit my account going forward to make up for the damage of it. I was like, "Thank you so much." But I was like, really I had to force myself and be in the moment to be that way because I was starting to I was like, I got to go get Bo. Like he was ready at the groomer. Yeah, Biggie Cat, I know you probably do. Hey, baby steps. So I just felt good about it because I was like, it feels good to hang up the phone with a situation like that, knowing you were kind to them, but also it kind of tested your patience a little bit. Like, I kind of wanted to be like, because the guy argued with me a little bit too. I wouldn't say argued, challenged. Like, he was like, well, he was like, did she let you know we're going to go ahead and start it now? And I said, oh, no, 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 she did. I said, but unfortunately, hey, witchy Trista. I said, unfortunately, that's not what I signed up for though when I signed up with Verizon. I said I had AT&T and T and I switched to you guys and when I did, we went through all these hoops. And he was like, "Right." And it fell through and I was like, "Right." So I said, "I'm just waiting for you to fix it, however you need to fix it, like whatever kind of a credit you need to do." I said, "I can hold if you have to figure that out, no problem." Like I was trying to be nice but letting him know like that's not enough. Going forward isn't enough. $20 a month, sorry, but cat hair. $20 a month. If it had been like 3 months, I wouldn't have cared. I'd have been like, "Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna argue this." But it was like 13 or 14 months, right? So I was like, no, no, that ain't gonna cut it." Anyway, the point is, I had therapy today, and it was kind of similar to that discussion. Hey, Michelle Lynn, let me take a drink. This may just be me, or my fellow cancer signs. Thanks, Trixie. Or my fellow cancer signs in the chat, or just overthinkers unite, right? Hey, Kevin Conklin. Yeah, Catherine B. I just don't like rude people. Thank you, Kevin. He says, I love your birthday pictures. Thanks, Kevin. Love you. Um, I had a weird cognition in therapy today. And again, this may be one of those things where it's like, Reese, everybody knows that. And it's very simple, but it wasn't to me. Has anybody have a question? Has anybody ever just tried accepting it? Anybody? Has anybody just accepted it? Like certain things? My therapist and I were talking, and the reason I don't think this is as simple as I think it could be, I said that to him at the end of it. I said, I just realized how many people challenge and argue and stir the pot. Buffy, stir the pot. Um, yeah, lazy silver, but I mean some things that just need to be accepted. Like I gave the example. I said, certain family members, like certain things that like you can't just I'm getting into it, Buffy, that you really can't just change. Like you ever hear people complain about I don't know what radical acceptance means. Like people complain about their mothers or like people being passive aggressive or how hard it is. Like right now, I'm having a struggle raising Huxley because he's hitting teenage stage. He's a little bit harder to deal with, hormones, like all that stuff, right? He's trying to be accepted into the world of teenagers. Like, so I talk about it and I kind of argue about it in therapy and I battle with myself about it and I'm at war about certain things in my life. And yeah, like maybe things you can't control, but some things that I don't even mean things you can't control, but just some things that just are. Now, yeah, Vicky Cat, but like I will use Huxley as this example because my therapist, this is what I was talking about. I said, I don't know like what to do with him right now. I'm struggling with him because He's changing. Hey, Pat Jonas, he's changing so much. And I don't have a point of reference. I've said this, like, I don't have an older son where I'm like, well, he was this way too. I don't have anything to compare to. And I said I would never admit this on my channel, and I'm about to. I'm going to do it anyway. I said, I don't feel, I might have said this to you guys before. I said, I don't think motherhood is my strong suit. And this is nothing against my son, but I would have been a perfectly fine individual not having children. Like, there are people who want to be mothers so badly. There are people who want to be fathers so badly. There are people who just at the age of 10 are like, I'm going to have 4 kids. Like, they just know. That's what I mean by that. I think that sometimes people have kids because they just think they're supposed to. Like, it's just socially, society, what we're supposed to do. I wouldn't change a thing. I'm in love with my kid. That's not the point of this. And I know people are going to, who hate me, are going to take that and run with it. And I can't wait to not know about it. But I feel sometimes like I have been a bit of a disservice to him because of my Scientology kind of coldness. And I said to my therapist, I said, I just feel like I'm not one of those moms who it didn't come natural to me, motherhood. Like, I like Huxley way, yeah, Stella, I would have been okay not having kids. I also believe this is something I'm going to say this because I said this to my therapist and he goes, "Oh, it's true." And I said, "Yeah, but nobody admits to it. Nobody admits that." And he goes, "It's true. No one really talks about that." Kids are difficult. And he even said, he goes, even when they're little, like, they're manipulative, they're destructive. Like, people don't talk about the dark side of having kids. They don't. They don't talk about, like, and maybe you're all will, hey, Jane, maybe we'll all disagree with what I'm saying. Actually, Kestrel, I like Huxley more now. I enjoy being a mother now. I always enjoyed him like from the age of 4 up. I was not, I did not enjoy being a mother like to an infant. Like, for me, that was difficult. I was like, I feed it. Like, what do I do with it? Like, I just didn't feel like I wasn't super connected until he got a little older, like 4 or 5, and he was funny and silly and he was so cute. Like, that's when I started to really kind of open up and get closer to Huxley. But I still don't feel like I got super close. Hey, DJ Golden Harp and Busy Moving. I'm happy to see you. There is a dark side of having kids. And I feel like, hey, Alana, thank you for your super chat. You are so not alone. Motherhood is hard. I love my kids, but I don't think I'm very good at it. Just doing my best not to screw them up too much. Hey, Beth knows photos. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. Alana, thank you for saying that. But see, you are a person that I look up to in so many ways, not just as a woman, but as a mother. I've talked to you with your kids. Like, I've seen you go on vacations with your kids. Like, no one can convince us. Like, I see the chat going, "You're a wonderful mom, Reese." Like, I'm doing that to you right now. But I really admire how strong of a woman you are and what a good mother you are, just from one person to another. Right. But thank you for sharing that. Thank you for saying, I would have never guessed you to say that. You seem very confident in your abilities. And I just really admire you. It's not a tear down. It's just, that surprises me. I think you're an amazing mother. I really do. Thank you, Alana. I love you, girl. Thank you for your super chat. Um, there's a dark side to having kids. There is. There's just, I mean, like my therapist said, he was like, when they're like little kids, they can be very manipulative and they're destructive and they screw up your stuff. And it's like, I have animals and I can hardly travel. Like, if you want to go live your life doing your own thing, that's going to be a bit of a damper on your plans. Like, kids, and they're forever. And this isn't a complaint. It's a fact. No one talks about. Like, I feel like people have this weird pressure of, we have to say we love our kids so much. We'd jump under a bus for them. We would do anything for them. I love being a mother. Oh my God, it's my everything. Like that's not true for me. I don't feel that way. Kids are fucking difficult. I cannot imagine having more than one. It's hard. It's really hard. I'll be the first to say it. Like it's a challenge to have kids. And I don't think people think it through. And my therapist the whole time was like, that's correct. And I said to him, though, I said, I don't feel like I'm great at it. And I said, hey, always late. I said, this was interesting. So he's going to be home soon. And I said, when he comes home, I already told him we're going to have different rules. Like you will be more respectful. Huxley's been having issues like with the hormone stuff. He's challenging me. It's a first. He's never really been that way. And he's kind of being a little bit like, so do it. And I'm like, whoa, this is different. I have not experienced this with him. Not much. Not much. Hey, Don Davies, he's not being awful, but it's a change. It's a shift, right? Like he's what am I trying to say? He's showing his independence, right? He's closer to being an adult for sure than he is a kid. He's about to be 16. He's maybe asserting a little dominance. And all of that's normal. This is fine. It's totally normal, but it's a shift. And I said to my therapist, I'm not so sure that I'm a great mom because it's never come natural to me. It just never has. Pam, I love you more than truffle cheese. Oh my God, I love this woman. Hey, Wendy Ramirez. Thank you all for this weekend. I had the most amazing time with women who are now family. I can't wait to do it again. Same. Very much the same, Pam. We love you and I'm glad you made it home safe. Pam, we got a little teary-eyed when we all left. Pam was not wanting to leave and I wasn't either. I could have done this for a week. And Pam, I think we should still do what we talked about. Think about like a beachy town where we rent Airbnbs instead of doing like some cruise that's expensive. I think we can break up our money and do Airbnbs. And I think we should start planning something, Pam, because I'm same. I can't wait to do it again. And I love you, truffle cheese. Thank you for your super chat, Pam. I love you. Thank you for being so supportive. Yeah, Angie Mo, I get that. Wow, DJ Goldenheart. Alana says, thanks, Reese. I appreciate you saying that, but we all need to be more honest about how motherhood is a thankless job. It's not all it's cracked up to be. I'm really not looking forward to the teens. She's right. She's absolutely right. I don't have a problem saying what no one else will say for the most part. I don't have a problem with it, probably because I'm desensitized to this world. I love to see you though, Beth, in those photos. I'm pretty desensitized to the world and I don't have many boundaries and I don't mind talking about this. Reese, the fact that you are honest about how you feel about motherhood and questioning what your strengths and weaknesses are about this, all is what makes you a good parent. So few parents admit that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That Teresa, that's a really nice thing to say. I think you're right. But there's still some guilt that goes into it because I'm like, should I have, maybe I should have thought this through because I feel like it's not fair to him. It's not me. It's not fair to him. So I want to tell you what my therapist said. All you need to do is tell him you love him every time you see him, several times a day, coming and going. Tell him you love him. That's all there is to parenting. And Doug, by the way, welcome in. And I'll add to that, you're proud. And I tell him I love him, but I tell him too, because I wasn't accepted for who I was. That's why I don't get mad at him about the grades and stuff. I'm like, it's good. School will be over before we know it. Like, I just want him to be happy in life. Like, I want him to know that I'll always be here. My parents were not. My parents left, right? My dad didn't want me. Like, that's all that matters to me is that he knows I always will want him. I never want him to feel any form of rejection. So I love you, but also I'm always like unconditional love, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I didn't experience unconditional love. It's extremely important to me that like, do what you want to do, but know that I'm here always, no matter what you do. That's I didn't get that. So I always try to give him that. So I say to my therapist, "Hey, Michelle Asbell, it's not for the faint of heart. I often wonder why when the kids challenge things, I know why me, I asked for it, but dang, I love my kids and grateful for them." Totally. Catherine B, you would be an amazing mother. There's no doubt about that. But you also have an amazing life and you have really incredible goals. And I'm not telling you what to do, but I think you would be incredible either way. Like you are going places either way, but I would never want you to feel like you missed out on it. But at the same time, like kids are, he's about to be 16. And I'm like, I could really lecture people on this. There's just a lot to it. You have to consider the fact that you may be a single parent. Like maybe it won't work out with the other parent and then you're a single parent and that's not easy either. And the cost, like they're incredible. Kids are so expensive. The worry, yeah, motherhood is the hardest job ever. You are never prepared, even with a lot of kids, because each kid needs something different. A huge sacrifice then can take a long time to see the rewards. Yes. And you can burn out. Like you can kind of I started to feel like this is getting harder and harder for me. And it's just me. Like it's all the pressure, all the weight is on me. And so, for him to succeed, for him to graduate, for him to get good grades, for him to get a car, like keep him safe, not hang out with the wrong people, like pay for everything. It's a lot. It's difficult. And I know you guys know that. Yeah, Ty Mark says you are playing the role of both parents and it can't be easy. It's really hard. It's really hard. It's harder than I would have expected. No one knows what to expect. So I say to my therapist, I don't know. I don't know that this was for me. I don't know that I'm very good at it. And I don't know that like I talked about last week, that I fully bonded with him. And I'm like, I just am full of these I don't knows. And he said, it doesn't sound like you've accepted it. And I said, well, Catherine B, I mean that about you. Like you're a star in my eyes either way. I know you very well. You'd be an incredible mother. You're the most like, even just your voice, you're so soothing. I can just see you with a child like melting into your arms because you're very, very, people are drawn to you. You're very soothing. You're nothing but softness and like, you're very maternal. You're feminine. You're just very sweet and kind. But at the same time, you've got real goals, right? That you want to accomplish. I could see you going that route too. I could see you doing both. It's just hard to do both. It's a big balance. That's all. But I love you. You're incredible. Debbie, that's what girlfriends are for, to vent about our kids and spouses and realize we're not alone. And it's so normal. That's what we did all weekend. We did. We really did, Debbie. And I loved that. I wish we lived closer for that reason. Same with Meredith, same with Angel, same with Pam, like everybody, we all really felt that way. Victoria, I mean, we all really did. Debbie, I love you. Thank you for super chatting me. That was really nice. Thanks, Deb. Let's do the Debbie face. So he says, it doesn't seem like you've accepted it. Here's why he said that. Let me back up. So I'm on the phone with Huxley the other day and he's getting ready to come home. And I said, you are going to be more respectful here. We're not going to do any more of the like bad attitude. And I said, you will be more respectful with me. I'm not going to put up with it. And he was like, okay. I mean, Huxley, he's not that bad, but he was like, all right. So I tell my therapist that today and he goes, so what'd you say to him? I love you, Catherine B. He goes, so what'd you say to him? And I said, I told him he's going to be more, he's going to knock off the attitude. And he goes, or what? And I said, he goes, so instead of what? What's he going to do instead of that? What did you replace it with? And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, what'd you knock off the attitude and do what? He was like, eventually people get bored. Like they start getting irritable. What are you giving him to do instead? You're taking that away from him. And I said, I told him he has to be more respectful. And he was like, What does that even mean? Like, respectful how? Like, don't make a mess? Like, what does that mean? And I said, "Hey, Stacy Toms, welcome in. I love that." He made such a good point. He goes, "What did you replace it with? You told him he's gonna quit acting this way. What does he need to do instead?" And I said, "Be respectful." And he was like, "No." He goes, "You need to get him involved in things. He needs to do like group stuff, do something." He goes, "You have to put him into something." And I was like, "Do what? How am I supposed to force that?" And he was like, "It's your job as the mom." So then fast forward, I said, "Well, I don't know that I'm so good at this." Baby steps, only people who want to parents should be parents. Yes. I always wanted to be a mom, and I know I did a pretty good job. I did it completely single, not perfect though. She's the best thing I've ever done. I love that. See, I agree with this so much. By the way, congratulations. I believe you're an amazing mother. Like, I know you. But only people who want a parent should be parents, and there should be something like some form of education. Like, this is what you're getting into. Because I think people see other people's babies and they get baby fever, and like, it's not, there's a dark side of parenting. Thank you for your super chat, babe. There's a dark side of parenting. There is. It's fucking hard. It's really hard. And you start questioning yourself. You're like, is this for me? Like, I almost feel like it's almost like, and I'll admit this. I said this to my therapist. It's like times in a relationship or a job where you're like, I've outgrown this. Like, this is no longer for me. Now, do I really feel that way about my child? Like, he's no longer for me? No. But I mean it as far as like, this is getting hard and I don't know how to cope. And he's getting more difficult. And I don't know how to deal like with my own mental stability here. Like, this is wearing on me and I don't know who to turn to and I don't know what to do about it. And if that's too harsh for me to admit, I apologize, but it's the dark side of parenting. When you don't have a stable other parent like that's married to you or with you or like at least a stepdad or somebody other figure and it's just you and the kid, it can get like where you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know who to talk to about this. It can get hard. I had undiagnosed depression and anxiety for most of my oldest childhood. Wait, most of my oldest childhood until my youngest was 10. I regret so much not being the mom I wish I was. My son says I'm a great mom. I'm not so sure. Oh, I love you, Shelly Kelly. Thank you for admitting that. See, that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for admitting that. It's not even the dark side. It's just the real. It's the real stuff, what she just said. But I love what he said. Boys are amazing. Hey, Dylan. Wow, it's good to see you, Dylan Gill. There's no manual for being a parent. I never had a doubt if parenting was for me. And that's coming from a single parent of 2 teenage boys. Good for you. I have doubts. I don't feel like I'm very good at it. And then I feel, hey, Linda Perales, like it's a disservice to him. That's where I go with it. I'm like, if I'm not good at this, that means it sucks for him and his upbringing. Now, my son is like Shelly Kelly's. Huxley says all the time, like, there's no better mom. I love that you're my mom. Like, let's look at it again. Thank you for your super chat, Shell. Happy birthday, Mom. I hope your birthday is a spectacular day. Have fun with your people, and I'll be thinking about you. I love you so much. Look how we signed it. Love your son. How cute is that? I know his handwriting is rough. You got to get past that. Hey, Barbara Wade, love your son. So it's like, I know that he doesn't feel that way. And that's what matters. It's just still hard for me because I'm kind of a perfectionist there. I want to make sure he's happy, he has what he needs without being a spoiled little asshole and entitled. I want to make sure that I do a good job and I can look back and know I did a good job. Baby steps. I just left a friend who said I am a walking parenting book. She made me feel good. It's what I needed today. That is amazing. It's how you made me feel yesterday with your super chat about God. Thank you, baby steps. And you are. We love you, girl. Thank you for that. Yes, Lacey Silver. So my therapist says I have no experience with teens in the real world, only Scientology teens. That is true. That's a good point. Hey, Raymond. It's huge though that you're able to admit that you don't know everything and that you're struggling to learn new skills. Thank you, Raymond. That's true. Thank you for saying that, babe. So my therapist says, "Have you accepted that?" And "Hey, Topsy," I said, "Accepted it how? What do you mean?" And he was like, "Well, it sounds like you kind of haven't accepted that, like, you're gonna have to hold his hand through stuff. Like, your job isn't done here. You need to help him to bridge the gap. Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy, like, to get him put into things, groups, things like that, right?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He was like, "I think a lot of people don't accept certain things. Like, they fight it, they challenge it, like, they complain about it, they bitch about it. Like, but have you just accepted that, like, he's still growing? This is how it's got to go." Like, I know that sounds crazy. I'm trying to think if I made any notes about it because it's not entirely how it was said. All I wrote was complaining about something too much that can't change. Those were my notes for today, and I'm not even sure what I was referring to. But I kind of get what I'm saying. I just don't know if you get what I'm saying. I get the idea more than the words that are coming out. Like, I understand the concept. And I do that sometimes. It occurred to me that people want to spend. I love that, Marilyn. Reese, I always said raising my boys like a cake was like baking a cake. Never know how it will turn out. You are fine. Don't be so hard on yourself. You had no role models to learn from. I mean, she's right. Thank you for saying that. I don't have parents when I was little to say like, well, this is how I was raised. It is a bit of a free for all. It is. But I love the I spread that into other categories. So when he said, "Hey, Don Clark, have you accepted it? Like, have you accepted this?" Because it kind of seems like I just complain about it or I wonder about it. Thank you, Kevin Conklin. Or I'm like, I'm not good enough. Like, well, I'm sorry, but you are a mother. And we have to not only figure it out, but like this is so hard for me. Sometimes when I do a stream, I do this weird thing where I say this to you guys and I mean it. I don't know how else to put it. I have the concept. I just don't know how to put it into words. I don't know if that's like a learning disorder for me. I'm not sure, but sometimes I am too cart before the horse and I like have the thought, but I don't know how to get it out. And so I just mean there are certain things that I waste an awful lot of time fighting against, maybe, or like complaining that I'm not this, I'm not that. I wish I were this. I wish I had more of that. I wish I did more of that. Well, the point is though, you need to accept it like you are. It makes me think, hey, air supply, it makes me think. I said this to my therapist. It makes me think of something here. Thank you, Pam. I used to complain about this a lot. As a matter of fact, we were having this conversation with the girls over the weekend meetup, and I was talking about my parents. And a couple of them, and this is not a reaction, not an unusual reaction. Whenever I tell people like certain things, they'll go, "Oh my God, were you pissed? You had to have been so angry." No. My go-to, "Hey, I need a card." My go-to isn't anger though anyway. That's not where I go. But two things. I learned this not long ago, a couple years ago. I used to really get upset with both of my parents. Like, "Why did you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you want me?" Like, I used to cry about this a lot in my 20s and 30s. Like, "Why did he leave me? Why wasn't I good enough?" He wasn't withholding. These people are not withholding. They're not like, "Hey, no one." They're not like, "I'm going to taunt you and tease you and not love you enough and fuck you up as an adult, fuck you up on a spiritual level." That's not what they're doing. They don't have it to give. It's not there. So while I'm wasting all this time going, "Why does my dad do this? Why did he do this? Why did he hand me my baby book and break my heart?" Because he didn't have the feeling to begin with. I don't believe everything he did was intentional. It's just who he is as a person. It's where he's at. He wasn't withholding anything. That's what I feel like all my life. I was like, why were they dangling this carrot? And it teased me. And I like always wanted a dad, but he was not a dad. And I used to really get upset. And it's like, because he just didn't have it. He wasn't a father to begin with. You were trying to make him into a shapeshifter. He was never going to be what you wanted him to be because it's not who he is. It just made me think of that line. Oh my God, that movie. Um, Julia Roberts, Cameron Diaz, old movie, older, like 90s. Um, thanks, Shelly Kelly. Uh, Bri- the Bride movie. What's it called? When Cameron Diaz is like, she's like, here's the thing, you know, you're creme brulee, but he wants jello. And she's like, it's okay, but you're not jello. And she's like, I can be jello. And she's like, you're never gonna be jello. It's such a funny movie. Why can't I think of it? Not Mother of the Bride. Julia Roberts tries to ruin their wedding because she realizes my best friend's wedding. Thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. That was such a great movie. She's like, you're never gonna be jello. She's like, I could be jello. Like, no, it was my best friend's wedding, Lumen. That's how it is. My dad wasn't withholding. He wasn't a shitty person because he was trying to be a shitty person. He was just a shitty person. Does that make sense? Like, it makes it a little easier and it takes the sting out. He didn't have it to give. He never had it. You're trying to get blood from a turnip. You're never going to be jello. Mandy Albert, my son has special needs and I'm a single parent and it's so hard, I bet. I have similar feelings about my ability to be the parent he needs and have mom guilt. Thanks for talking about this. It helps me to feel more normal and not alone. Oh my God, Mandy, I love you. Hey, Jojo, that is so, thank you for talking about that with us. This is a place to do it. Yeah, Raymond, that's a good point. And thank you for being a member. But I love that you said that, babe. I'm sure you're an amazing mom. I know you. But it doesn't matter. It's like saying you're going to get lung cancer if you don't quit smoking. That's why it's like I don't push that on people because I can say you're a good mom. That doesn't people say that to me too, but it's still I have to live in here, not you. And I get the guilt too. And I understand. And I just want to say, like, I'm sure it's even harder when you have a special needs child, right? I'm sure that makes things even harder because you are harder on yourself. I'm sure that you hold yourself to a much higher standard. It's hard to find the line where to blame them versus Scientology. I agree, Raymond. But just know that you're right. You're not alone. And there is the dark side of parenting. There's the dark side of everything that a lot of people don't talk about. But I feel parenting, thank you, Raymond. I feel that parenting, especially, we have to have this like, my kid is my everything. I love him so much. It's not that we don't. Or I'll just say me. The cheese stands alone. It's not that I don't. But it's also like, it's really hard. Some days are really hard. And I'm not, hey, old Charlie, I'm not sharing everything that Huxley and I've been dealing with for obvious reasons. I don't share everything. And I'm pretty careful to protect things that have to do with Huxley at this point, right? Because people have just ran and bullied him and run with that and, made his life as hard as they possibly can. Our parents chose their faith over family. Good point, Dylan. It's selfish and something hard to accept when our expectations of love and understanding are justified. It's hard to confront alone. He's right. Our parents chose faith over family, faith meaning Scientology. Dylan and I were Scientologists, and he's absolutely right. Okay, Lumen. So that goes back to the acceptance. Yeah, Eric, and thanks for sharing that. That Lumen is making a point. So my dad, for instance, my mom, like anything that's close to me. Well, Renee B says, I love my kids, but if they disconnected, I could go on. Strange, I know. Well, that's not strange to me because I come from the land of disconnection. That's not strange to me. I know it's supposed to ring some bells and red flags are supposed to be going off, but not for me because I'm used to being disconnected from. It is such an easy switch. You have no idea. So thank you for saying that, Renee. You're in safe, good company with me and everybody else here. So it's okay to say that. I'm glad that you admit to that. It's okay. But I just want to say that took a long time. And then in therapy today, it kind of helped bridge that all together, right? So my dad, for instance, like people in general, we do it all day. I talk to people all the time. I do it. Like, why didn't they do that? Why did they behave that way? Why are you doing that? There's always a reason, but like sometimes they don't have it to be any other way. My father was not withholding anything. He didn't have it to give in the first place. I also had to accept the fact that he likely, very highly likely, did not want children. That's not going to be a good recipe when it's done in the oven. If you have kids and you don't want them and you battle with that, you really don't want them, how do you think they're not going to feel that? My dog feels everything. You think people aren't going to feel unwanted if you don't want them? I felt that very strongly. My father did not want me to the point where he would leave for days at a time. I remember being 8 years old and his truck pulling up in the driveway, and I was upstairs in my bedroom, and I would go, I'd get so excited. I remember I told you guys it was like fireworks for me. It was the butterflies in my tummy when my dad would come home. And he could have probably been anyone. I think I was just craving human connection, like just warmth from a person. Because at that point, I was living home alone. And so he would come home and I'd fly down the stairs and I would go, Dad. And my dad never touched me. He never hugged me. He never said, I love you. He would leave money when he would leave and be like, I'll be back in a few days. And so I would run up to him and he'd be like, don't touch me. Don't, just, can I get in the door, please? Thank you. Back up. Like, and I mean, immediately those butterflies would just die. Like it was so rejecting. And I believe to this day, that is why I reach externally for just human attention. But especially, I recognize it. I do that with men when I'm in a relationship. I'm like, Dad, like that's how I am. I'm back to that when I see them. I get the butterflies when I'm in love with someone. I'm like, oh my God. Like I get all excited because I'm guessing that's why, because I crave that. Like it's back to that 8-year-old. And I'm like, I get really excited because I'm like, oh my God, somebody wants me, and that wasn't always the case. And that made it hard too. If you remember when I would stream with Jeff or when I would talk about Jeff, when I was married to him, I would say to him, do you still like me? Do you still love me? Do you think I'm pretty? Like, do you remember, even the long con video? Not that I want to bring that up, but it's an extreme example on purpose. I'm using this on purpose. When I was talking to him about somebody in the video, and I said something like, "Is she pretty?" I was that insecure. Because I reach externally and the person I'm with, I'm like, do you still like me? Do you still love me? Like, do you like other people more? Do you not? That I absolutely believe. I have identified that for a while now, that I put all my worth into that basket. And I used to do it with Jeff. I'd go, do you still like me? Do you still want to have sex with me? Do you find me attractive? Do you want to cheat on me? I was so fucking insecure. It was disgusting. I don't feel that way anymore. I know my worth so much more now that I don't need a man to validate it. I don't need a woman to either. I don't reach as externally as I used to. Also, I have found God and I feel very validated by God. I feel like God says, you're pretty enough. You're good enough. You're doing just fine. I'm fond of you. Don't worry. Get out there and be somebody. That's what I hear from God. No joke. Like, you don't need somebody to validate you. You don't. You think you do. It's an addiction. It's a drug. And I do it in the best of times and I do it in the worst of times on that long con video. That's why I was giving an extreme example. Was like, Dylan, where was who? West Coast Fancy Nancy, you hit the nail on the head, Reese. Children know when they are wanted and cherished. They also know when their parents don't want them. 100%. Bo knows that. My dogs are so intuitive, right? Thank you, Marissa Martin. My dogs are crazy intuitive. Like they know. You think people don't feel that? You think 8-year-old kids don't feel when they're not loved or wanted? It's a horrifically crushing feeling. I cannot tell you, I almost am going to cry saying this, how embarrassed. I remember so clearly looking out my bedroom window. I remember sitting on my bed on my red blanket that my mom made for me when I was little, that I still have. I cherish it. And I had rainbow wallpaper. And I remember sitting there all alone, and I'd sit there with my animals and I'd wait for my dad to come home. And I remember this was usually like a weekend. He would come home. I wasn't in school. And I'd hear his truck pull up and I would look out the window and my heart would start fluttering. Even though my dad didn't even like me. I think it was just he could have been anyone. He could have been someone coming, a salesperson at the door. I think I was just so excited to see another person. And I'd sit there and watch George Carlin stuff too. I didn't just sit in my room, but I was lonely. I was bored. And he would come in and I would fly down those stairs. I remember the stairs. I remember that whole house so well. And I would go, like, I was like so excited. And he would go, get back up. Okay. Give me a minute. Can I get in the door? Like, and I remember being so embarrassed and so ashamed. I went from feeling like filling the room, I was floating, to like crushed to like this tiny size, because I just thought it was so rejecting. It hurt my feelings so much that I would wait for days for him to come home. And it was just like this not even happy to see you feeling, right? It was awful. It was very rejecting. And I knew I would never do that to my kid. Trixie, thank you, Reese, for being vulnerable and honest and creating this community that feels safe to open up about uncomfortable topics. Yes. What an amazing, loving community you have created. Thank you. Trixie, I love you. What a nice thing to say. And this is the kind of streams I enjoy. I love laughing. I love doing the silly stuff. But this is the kind of stuff I enjoy because we really can, it's relatable. It really is relatable. Like all of us can feel something about that, feeling rejected or feeling like we reach externally for things that we don't need to reach for externally. You've got it all in here. You do. You're just addicted to going out here for it. You're addicted to asking your best girlfriend's advice on something because you don't feel strong enough in your own foundation about it, but you can. You just don't. You have to call your mom to get approval on something. You have to make sure that people know before you do something or whatever it is. It's relatable. We've all experienced something like that. And thank you for your super chat, Trixie. That was really kind. Where did I live with my dad? In Omaha, Nebraska, off of Leavenworth Street, around 44th and Leavenworth is where I grew up, right across from La Casa Pizza. And that was my favorite pizza place. No, Barbara, wait. I would not be in other chats opening up the way I have, or even a Facebook group. Absolutely not. That's beautiful, Trixie. Hey, Caitlin T. Hey, Panda. Oh, I love you. Allie, I put your picture in the Facebook group. You looked so cute. I love you. I hope you made it. Hey, Rocks in a Box. Audrey, welcome. Randy says, I'm sorry about what you went through with your dad. I'm 50 years old and my dad is 86. He's my best friend. I couldn't imagine what you went through and I'm so sorry. Yeah, but I'm so happy for you. I love people who have those kinds of parents. I always wanted that, but you know what? You guys make up for that now. I have that in spades. And I mean that. Like, I'm okay. I'm better than I've ever been in my life. This is the best I have ever been. No question. Like, never a question about that. So I appreciate that. I'm glad your dad is your best friend. I love that. Yorkie mom, she brought us here. We all make it a safe place for her and each other. It absolutely takes a village. Yeah, Pam. And Pam is family and she treats us like family. No joke. But I love you, Panda. Yeah, Angie Morrow, you have. Oh, Barbara Waite says, I wish any woman who didn't have a great dad could have known mine. He would have loved all of you. I love that. And I love people who had amazing dads. I used to get really jealous of that. Like, I used to get sad and weepy and a little bit like quite envious of it. And now I feel the opposite of that. I don't feel sad. I think you lucky. That is so great that you had that. But I don't feel like there's a piece missing in me anymore. I don't. It's filled. And I have a feeling it's a God thing. Like, I think there was a big piece of me that was missing because I didn't know God. Hey, Cree Speaks 23, welcome in. Welcome. I haven't seen you before. I really appreciate your channel. That is such a kind thing to say. So many things have been filled for me that were empty. And I really do believe that, like, what is that? People have been posting it in our Facebook group lately. There's so many like quotes that I've seen lately that I find to be so true. Like, what they hate in you is missing in them. I believe that. I've hated a lot of things before, and I hated it because it was missing in my life. You know, I used to look at someone who had an amazing dad and I wouldn't be hateful, but I would think like, fuck that. Why did they get a great dad? I didn't get a good dad. Like, I used to feel that like resentment kind of a thing. Now I don't. But it was because what I hated in them was missing in me. It's not missing in me anymore. I can prop myself up because I have an amazing group of friends and family. I know people will catch me if I fall. I've never had that before. I got my first birthday cake this weekend. People came and celebrated my birthday with me and got me a cake, right? Like, they made it that special. It's because it's unconditional love, and that was missing. And I have it now. But I also know myself better, and I don't have to reach to go, is this okay? Is this okay? Do you feel good about this? Like, do you still think I'm pretty? Do you still like me? Like, I definitely feel like I like me. Not always. But when I don't, God likes me, right? I know he does. I just know that. I feel that. And I know I have this huge group of family that likes me, like, that will let me make mistakes on my own and still love me. I've never been able to say that before. I was in ethics all the fucking time and no one loved me. Right? Doing lower conditions and ethics programs, and not lovable then. No one loves you then. They step over you as you're cleaning baseboards and toilets. Like, they ignore you. It's a shame tactic. Baby steps, God is the ultimate father. Yes. I just feel, hey, thank you, baby steps. Thank you for your super chat. I feel, Trixie, I I think it's a really crazy thing. Back to this title. Accept it. Accept, like, there are some things of course we can't accept. But like with my dad, he never had it to give. I could have been anyone. And I used to think that was it too. Like, it's me. He just hates me. He hates my personality. I was too dark. I was too weird with my humor. I was too ugly. I was chubby. He didn't like that I was chubby. He said that. And I wasn't too anything or not enough anything. It had nothing to do with me. I literally could have been anyone. He didn't have it to give. He didn't have it to give. The haters that bitch and complain and whine and Reese is this and Reese is that and she says this and she takes your money and she's a bad mother. That's what's missing in them. They don't have it to give. That has nothing to do with me. It's the same thing. They were never good people to begin with. My dad was never a good person to begin with. He didn't want kids to begin with. It's got nothing to do with me. I grew up for decades going, I wish I would have been this. Maybe if I would have been better in Scientology, if I would have just made it to clear, if I just would have been a better trained, like if I would have gotten my auditor training, he probably, no, babe. And you can should all over yourself. Should all over yourself. It's not going to make a difference. And if I had learned back then, that's correct. All those were his issues. If I had learned back then to not reach externally, that's, I think, my biggest problem as a woman, as a Cancer sign, as a insecure person. I don't know what it is, but my biggest problem. Do you guys remember like a week or two ago? I don't talk about Tommy much anymore because I just don't want to, because it's controversial. Half the crowd likes him, half the crowd doesn't. It doesn't matter. But I did a stream a couple weeks ago, I think, and I have forgiven him and he has forgiven me. And we are on really good terms. And it feels so good. It feels like a God thing. And forgiveness is an amazing thing. I've never learned what it was. But if you notice in that stream, I said, because a bunch of people were like, well, I don't forgive him. I don't like him. I don't trust him. You shouldn't trust him either. Whatever it was. I said, if you noticed, it was quiet. But I said, I'm not asking for your approval on this. I'm not asking for your acceptance. It was very different than it used to be, because I used to say, I hope it's okay, but I mean, you guys, I feel good about it. I mean, I know you guys, like, what do you like? I was so unsure in the past about certain things, and I would reach for that external acceptance, external validation. Now, I still do that, but I'm more aware that I'm doing it. If you'll notice, I'll do another stream and hey, Trisha Kelly, and I will say, I want your opinion on this. I will say, I want to know your feedback on this. I'm aware that I'm asking for external validation. The difference is before I was addicted to the external validation. There's a huge difference. I've recognized I was an addict, and that's huge for me. I've been doing it my whole life. So now I said to you guys, because a bunch of people were like, well, I think this and I think that. And you should think those things, because it's my fault that you think that way, by the way. Don't think I don't know that. It's not like I dumped all the Tommy shit and then forgave him and was like, not my problem. No, I know that I made a lot of people feel the way they feel about him. I'm responsible for that. And that's why I've said I feel bad about it. I hate that. And that's why going forward, any boyfriend I ever have again, you'll never know anything about him. Ever. I learned a huge lesson there about relationships. Talking about my sex life was way too far. Made him uncomfortable, not appropriate. Grow up. Love talking about sex. I'll still talk about sex. But to put another person on and make them squirm and be uncomfortable, inappropriate. I'm not trying to go there. My point is, I've grown up quite a bit and I've learned a lot of things. I made a lot of mistakes publicly. I own it, but I also just feel, well, don't worry, Shell. I still love talking about sex, bodies. I like normalizing that stuff. The difference is I'm not going to put some guy I'm dating on and tell everything about him and his dick. It's not right. It's weird, especially if you don't have consent to do it. Looking back, I don't feel like I fully did. He looked uncomfortable. But I love talking about sex. That's never going to change. That's never going to change. I love talking about sex. I think it's a beautiful thing and I want to talk about it, right? I think you get the difference. The point is, thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. When I came on and talked about Tommy, I said, when all of you gave your opinion, some people were like, I love that you forgave him. And some people were like, I can't believe you're forgiving him. And then a bunch of haters ran with it and they think what they think. It doesn't matter. I'm not interested. I'm not asking for you to sway me one way or the other. And I'm not here to influence you on it. I said that too. I'm not here to convince you to forgive Tommy. I'm not here to say, like, you guys, let's just, nope. Think for yourself. But I'm going to do the same. And I made up my mind about it. I don't need anyone to say otherwise because I feel strong on where I stand. I don't need the external help on this one. I got it. But if you notice, I will come on and do a stream and I'll say, I need your help on this one. What are your thoughts on this? And then I'm aware. Stacey Toms, don't say other words. I'm just telling you, it's like me or hate me, it's a beautiful thing. Trixie, it's a beautiful thing to not care so much what people think and be a fucking YouTuber. Try it sometime. That's hard to do. And I'm not saying I mastered it. I suck at it. People fucking hate me. People love to hate me. I am like one of the most hated people in this community. And when they do hate streams, boy, oh boy, do they line up to click on those. I mean, they love to hate me. Do you know how amazing it is, though, to just go, well, I don't need their external anything. I don't need, I mean, what can you do to me? Unsubscribe? Make a video? It's okay. Like, I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it because I'm at peace with me and I know who my real friends are. I know who my people are that are going to come to this channel. I am very fun for them to hate, Kat. Oh my God. Let's do a meetup in Ecuador. Seriously, though, I'll get some dates together. Viggy Cat, they're going to do it till the end of time. They don't hate you, they envy you. I think some of them do. I think there's a definite like jealousy streak there for sure. Again, not my issue. It's got nothing to do with me. It's like my dad. He didn't have it to give in the first place. They don't have human compassion to give in the first place. We expect that kind of hate from them, jealousy, anger. You know, they can't be anything else on their own. They can't, God forbid, make their own original content. They can't do it. They didn't have it to do in the first place. They are not original to begin with. They're copycats. They're born copycats. They'll die copycats. They're clout chasers. That's some people are. Like George Carlin says, a few winners, a whole lot of losers, right? Like that's just the way of it. We accept it. We know they're there. They exist. Move on from it. Like expect it. Accept it, right? That's the title of the stream. Like, guys, we have to accept it. Just accept it. Don't fight it. Just swallow it. It feels so much better because then you're like, oh, it just is that. You know how people say that? It is what it is. Like these ugly pieces of shit. Yes, I just said that. They're ugly pieces of shit. Did we expect them to turn into something beautiful? They don't have it to give. They're ugly and they always will be. My dad was a mean person to begin with. He didn't want kids. Why did we expect that to morph into some good father of the year who's going to just love his children and lift them up? Why did you expect it to be anything different? It isn't. Accept that. It feels so much better to just accept that. Then we don't have to fight it. We don't have to question it. We don't have to poke at it, needle it, and go, why? Why? Let's pick this apart. Why is this ugly bitch the way she is? Because she's an ugly bitch. Did you expect it to be something else? I'm sorry. It's not, and it never will be. It's hideous. Move on. It's a pebble in your fucking shoe at the end of the day, right? They do have underlying issues, but the beautiful thing is they're not my issues. And you don't get to spew hatred everywhere just because you're a horrible human being. We don't have to accept that. But I accept that you're a horrible human being. But I'm not going to accept anything that you say is truth. Who gives a shit? You're ugly and a Nazi. That's a tough one to pull off. Although, do we know any Nazis that are attractive? Come to think of it, I don't know any other Nazis. No, Henry's World today. Nothing new happened that I know of other than like they're so ugly. I've said this, but like He looks like an ashtray at a gas station in 1988 next to a slot machine. I mean, there's just nothing to see here. It's the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen. Yes, Buffy, Angelica Houston, great movie. Joanne Hawley, forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means you're letting that go for you and the same for him. It's okay to forgive. I've done that in different situations myself. I forgave for me to not have that heaviness. Exactly. Exactly. But I also think forgiveness is, and thank you for your super chat, babe. Forgiveness is also subjective. I can't, basic bitch. Yeah, that's true. A simpleton. Yes, Jessamine, very much so. Ugly though. Fucking ugh. Super ugh. I can't get over it, honestly. Um, what was I just saying? I read something and it made me think something. Now I'm gonna have to go back. Was it Joanne Hawley's? Hey, Carrie Ann, I'm sorry you're still having to deal with this. Carrie Ann, as long as I have my job, I will have to deal with this. But that's the other thing. And I love you, by the way. Thanks for being a member. That's the other thing. That's the beauty of it. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn, accept it. Don't be sorry that I'm having to deal with it. It comes with the territory, right? It comes with the territory. We know what to expect. And they're fucking Uggs. They're a bunch of ugly duds. Oh, I know. That was it. Okay. Forgiveness is subjective to me. So, like, Beth knows photos. What Joanne said here, it means letting go that it was okay. Okay. What doesn't mean what happened was okay. You're letting it go for you and the same for him. So also, I think it's subjective. And what I mean by that is I forgive him and I have love in my heart for him. You're right. Like, you don't accept what happened there. It doesn't give a pass. I'm not even talking about what I forgave. I just think was a very special person in my heart, did a lot of good things for me. Like, I choose to look at the good. I choose to look at the positive there. There's definitely negative, but like, I accept it. And I think that him and his brother, I was misunderstood on some things. I overreacted in a lot of ways. And I wish I hadn't have handled it the way I did. But we have at length talked that out and I feel good about it. And that's all that matters. That's private for me. And it's subjective. It's subjective. I'm very thankful for a lot of things that person did for me. And I don't think he's a terrible person at all. When someone keeps doing the same behavior over and over, you could say forgive them, but when they do it a day later, what can one say about that? That's what I mean with, like, I'll use the haters. That's a great example of the hater. Well, the haters don't. They just do the same thing over and over because honestly, they're on autopilot. It's almost like they're being paid to do it. Like, that's just they're stuck. Like, they have no thoughts of their own. It's a group think situation. There's no originality, there's no original thoughts. I'm not really sure. It's just a repeated pattern of bad behavior. And oh, thank you, Wendy Ramirez. And I choose to just, they're ugly. They're ugly pieces of shit. But that's my take on it. They are. They're bad people. They're intentionally bad people. What do you do with someone who's intentionally bad? Block them. Fuck them. Like, who cares? They're ugly people. They're ugly human beings. What do they stand for? Hatred? Hating people that don't look like them? Racism? Being a Nazi? Like, once I know that about you, you don't have any leg to stand on. There's no credibility whatsoever. So what are we going to do? Take the word of someone like that or someone who supports someone like that? No. No. It's kind of one of those things like Glenda the Good Witch. Get out of here. You don't have any power here. They have no power. They never did. They have no gusto. It's total weakness. It's total weakness to stand on a platform and spew hate. It really is. You got nothing. And you know you don't. Bob Dylan comes to mind. Idiot Wind. Is that the name of the song? God, I love that song. He says, "You're an idiot, babe. It's a wonder that you still know how to breathe." That's a quote from a Bob Dylan song. Okay, thanks, Marie Marion. Yeah, time arc. Sometimes time arc, sometimes not. What's the name of that song? Is it Positively 4th Street or is it Idiot Wind? Is that the name of it? But he says, "You're an idiot, babe. It's a wonder that you still know how to breathe." That's how I feel about people like that. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Oh my God, that's so cool, JoJo. You too, always late. I love Bob Dylan too, Kat. Liz Trick says forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. You can't change them, but you can choose to forgive and overcome what they did. Yes. And that's what I've done there. And if you can't live with that, not Liz, everyone, anyone, that's on you. It is Idiot Wind. I love that song, Rocks in a Box. You are in a no-win situation with these people. Totally Henry's world today. And that's true too. But guys, like you have to be at peace with that, with your decisions. Own it. At least own your decisions. Be at peace with the decisions that you make, even if nobody else agrees with you on it. That's what I've also found. Don't look this way. Don't look that way. Just stay focused on what you want in your head and own it. And people are going to go, "I don't like that. I don't like that. Opinions, opinions, opinions." Great. I'm going to stay in my lane, focused, and I'm going to own it. But she's right about this. Liz Tricks, thank you for your super chat. I was going to say this. I feel like I need to cross my leg. I'm going to say this. I don't know. And I truly don't know. I don't know. I've totally forgiven Tommy. Totally. And I don't give a shit who knows it. I don't care who's mad at me for it. That's my decision to make. And I'm sorry I ever made it public in the first place. I do apologize for that. I own that. I take accountability for that. I can't reverse it. But I want you guys to know I'm sorry I put you in that position. I should have never done that. Hey, Christy Kids, but I don't know. Nothing to do with Tommy here. I've forgiven him. And he's forgiven me. That's great. I don't know that I forgive my father. And the fact that I don't know probably means I haven't. And the fact that I haven't means I haven't fully made peace with it. But I think I'm more close to it than I ever have been. Like I'm realizing, by Miss Sunrise Dawn, I'm realizing things that I've never realized. And that's a good thing. I think I'm working toward it. Thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. But I do mean that. I apologize to everyone, because I did put you guys in an awkward position being in that relationship with him and making it so fucking public. And I should have never done that. Wasn't appropriate. It was not appropriate. I'll never do that again. I don't know. You don't have to forgive him to be at peace, Kat. That's a great point. I don't know that I forgive him. And like I say, the fact that I don't know probably tells me that I don't. Now, Stacy says, forgiveness allows you to kick out the people actions that are living rent-free in your head. It heals the wound and releases the ties from you. Can you forgive someone who isn't sorry? So this is an interesting question here, Viggy Cat. Can you write your dad a letter even if you don't send it? I want to talk about this for a minute. We talked about this in the group over the weekend, and I got a lot of different responses. And this is me being aware right now that I'm asking your opinion on something. I want to know. And some of you may not care or have an opinion. We talked about this at the Hilton on Saturday. I have been told many times, like, it's good to write a letter to someone and burn it or not send it. I've heard that before. I've heard a therapist say that before. Has he asked for forgiveness? No, he never would. I don't know that writing a letter is my thing, but I could. It would take me some time to figure out what I want to say. If I wrote a letter to my dad, I would never send it to him. Not the point. But would it be okay? Before you guys answer this, let me explain. because of who I am on this channel and how much it helps me to be there. It's very therapeutic to talk things out. You guys know that. I get very private, I get very personal on here, which is one of the reasons I get hated so much, right? Because I put everything out on the table and then I regret it months later. Neither here nor there. Angie Moe, some people believe holding on and hanging in there are signs of great strength. However, there are times when it takes much more strength to know when to let go and then do it. That's a great point. Some people believe holding on and hanging in there are signs of great strength. However, there are times when it takes much more strength to know when to let go. She is so right. Yes, I can, Florence. Um, she is so right about that. It's not a sign of strength to hold on to something that's poisoning you. Sometimes it's a sign of strength to walk away from it and know that it's poison. Angie, I love that. Thank you, babe. That was really kind. Thank you for that. That's a great point. We almost could do a whole show on that topic alone. Yeah, Trisha Kelly says you're hated so much, but loved so much more. That's such a fact for all of us. That's why I don't care about the hate. I really don't. They're not making a dent. They're losers. Okay, so Liz tricks. So that's a good point. But I wanted to say, I do best sharing. It's my thing. That's how I heal. Even if I regret it and I end a stream, and sometimes I do end a stream and I go, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I still feel good that I did it. So, what if I read the letter on YouTube and then burned it? Or that would be my version of burning it, to be honest, would be to write this letter, read it to my friends, because you guys are all invested in this with my dad. Like, you know the whole story. You've walked through that sadness with me. Why wouldn't I share that with you? Because it would also help me. Now, on Saturday night, we were talking about that in the hotel, and a couple people, well, actually, Dee was really sweet. She was like, why wouldn't you? Like, you've come so far. Why wouldn't you? But then somebody else was like, no, you shouldn't. Like, that's a terrible idea. You overshare. She was like, you overshare. And no, like, it's not for everyone. It's not for YouTube. And I disagree because, again, you guys are my people. And I realize everyone in here is not a fan of me right now. 273 people in here are not all supporters of me. I'm well aware of that. And I'm well aware of the consequences of reading the letter and how it will be torn apart. And people will make fun of me and laugh at my son. What a terrible mother I am. I'm blah, 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 right? Like, we've heard it all before. And let that be the case. Accept that. Go into it knowing that. Read it on a Zoom call. Time Mark, I don't know if I do. I don't know that the Zoom call, like, maybe, I mean, I would definitely read it on the Zoom call, whether I read it here or not, because I share a lot of things on the Zoom call with you guys. Yeah, Carrie Ann. Here's the thing, guys. Yeah, no, and here's the thing. It's not going to be anything you guys haven't really heard before. Hey, Truth Seeker. Hey, Olga. It's not like you guys are going to hear this letter and be like, oh my God, she shouldn't have shared that. It's not going to be anything you haven't heard. It will be just a breakdown of me processing all the things I've said over the last couple of years anyway. Trust me, believe when I say this. There are so many things that are deeply private that you would go, holy shit, that you have no idea about, whether it be in the Zoom or here. There's all kinds of things that, like, I know better. I've learned my lesson. I'm seasoned now at this. Trust me, I don't just blare it out everything and overshare like I used to. I keep some things just for me. Not because you'd be shocked, but I'll say Wisconsin Bar, but because it's for me. It's not that I'm lying. It's not any of that. I'm not omitting information. It's just, it's for me. It's not for YouTube, and I don't share it. So trust me, like, this just isn't. Yadira, I love Jennifer Coolidge. Oh my God. I can't do her. I can do a lot of impersonations. I cannot do her. I can't. We both love soup. We can talk or not talk for hours. Um, would you be doing it for you or because people think you need to? That's a great question, Vicky C. I haven't done it yet because I haven't fully done it for me. So, good question. And Tina Mays, I think you should do whatever you feel like would help you heal the most. We all feel better for you either way, at least those who care about you the most. Thank you, Tina Mays. And that's who I would be doing. That's who I stream for. You think I'm streaming for the haters? I'm not. I know they're there. They're like cockroaches, right? Hey, Jennifer Eber. I'm just saying I feel fine about it. Thanks, Jojo. I feel fine about it because I know it's not something that can be used against me. I know it's not something that I won't have shared already, that kind of a thing. But don't think I don't live my life every day now more in the present than I ever have. Every single text I send, I love you, D. Every text I send, even to my closest friends, every conversation I have on the phone, every time I do something now, I have to think first, every time, what if that gets out to the world? What if that gets out to YouTube? I have to think that way. I'm very aware of what I say, what I do. How will people interpret that? It sucks. It sucks to have to think that way. Do you know how many of my friends say that to me on a daily basis? They're like, it sucks that we have to have this conversation. Because I will say to them, like, all right, now, what if this gets out? Now, I'm making it sound like, thanks, Wendy. No, Barbara, I don't think that. I'm making it sound like I have all these deep, dark secrets. It's not that. Like simple shit with Huxley. I don't want that out. They call his school. They try to make my life hard enough. So I have to do what I can to guard and protect certain things. But there are other things I'm like, people will say to me, what if that gets out? I'm like, let it fucking fly. I don't care. That's most of the time my answer to things. My good friend will be like, Reese, you got to think this through. What if? And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't care whatever gets out. I'll deal with it. I don't care. It's just I would prefer not to on certain things to make life easier for the fucking turds that won't flush, right? Like, I don't want to make life easier. And I've said this 100 times. Why do I have to live like a damn celebrity if I'm living in a trailer? Like, if I'm going to have to be the talent like Beyonce is or Taylor Swift, why don't I make more money? Like, there's an imbalance here on finances. Like, if I have to like hide and guard and protect and everyone has to sign these NDAs, why the hell am I living in a trailer? Like, it's not something isn't like I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a mathematical genius. Like, I certainly know how to add and subtract, but something doesn't feel right. If I have to live like the talent, why in the world am I living here? Come on. If I'm going to be like J-Lo, we need to step up to the plate and donate more money to the cause. I think figuring out what to say to your father might help you process. I do too, baby steps, but I don't know what to say yet. That's why I haven't written a letter. I don't know what the fuck I want to say. I feel like I've said it all. So I may not say or write anything, but if I do, I want to share it with you. I should be in a palace, fam. No question. No question. This is something isn't adding up. Something isn't adding up. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's just it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I'm glad that you noticed, Pam. Yeah, Hope Between the Dreams. What's going on? If I have to hide from the paparazzi like that, there's one now in a bush. If I have to hide like that, it's ridiculous. I make 600,000 a year, and thank you for your super chat. Speaking of money, baby steps. I make 600,000 a year. Why rent a trailer? Because it's not enough. The trailer is 599,000 a year, Buffy, and we need to double those numbers. Those are rookie numbers, and we need to get those numbers up. We need to pump those numbers. Robin Miners. Yes. So I guess what I'm trying to say is this. I have to think all day long. I'm not sharing that. I love you, Hope Between the Dreams. I'm not sharing that. I will share that. I'll share half of that. Not everybody needs to know that. And guys, that is usually something very simple. It's not some bomb, but there are some things I want to keep to myself. And a letter to my father isn't one of them because I feel like a lot of you are invested in that. I've cried, Viggy Cat. I've cried through a lot for the cause, Cat, for the cause. Cat, I love you. You're hilarious. Oh, that's gonna piss them off, guys. They're fuming right now. I just felt it from Illinois. I just felt it from Illinois. Dude is fuming. His beard is steaming right now with all the weird little bacteria that lives in it. It's never been washed. Thank you so much, Kat. And I love you, babe. That was very kind. Yeah, it's to protect myself and have some peace. Some things I don't want to share. None of them are bangers, but still, it's like I know what to share now and what not. And I feel like you guys are very, Jenny, very involved in this journey with me coming out of Scientology with my dad. Why wouldn't I share that? Why wouldn't I share that? I would. Liz Tricks, get Reese out of the trailer tax. Should we start a Go Pay Me? Oh my God, we should. I'm the talent. I should be better than this. Like my highlights should be more blonde. I shouldn't be this shiny. Like I should have a makeup artist. This is very unfair. Megan Roberts, love you, babe. Thank you, Liz. You are hilarious. Get Reese out of the trailer tax. It's okay to have privacy. You owe us nothing. Do what you share is a gift. Thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Glad you are setting boundaries and keeping some things for you. Great progress. Thank you, Kim. I understand the letter thing, but for me, I can't do it because I don't know what I would do with all the rage I would be left with at the end. Part 1. Okay, Yorkie Mom, we'll wait for part 2. I don't have any rage. I don't rage. It's not my thing. It's not my go-to, I think, because of all the rage that I saw in Scientology. That's a fact. I see some things in people and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be that way. So I purposely am not that way. Yeah, I need a glam team, P. Taylor. I need a glam team. I already lost my helicopter. Like, this is very unfair. It's incredibly, I feel incredibly like I've been singled out. And if I'm going to be treated like a celeb, I want to move out of a trailer and into a really nice place. Maybe we can kidnap J-Lo and use the super chat money to give plastic surgery and you can swap places. Problem solved. You're welcome. Helena, that's really genius. And I'm sure that's easy to do. Lucinda absolutely needs a stylist. I mean, if not doing it for me, guys, we're going to do a Go Pay Me, but not for me, for Lucinda. Maybe we could do it. Oh, maybe we could do it for these, for this gorgeous beauty, for the hairs, for the cause, for the, oh, really beautiful too, aren't you? You are totally dead asleep too. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Oh my God. You guys, every time it's like I've never seen it before. Lucinda, Buffy wanted to see you, Lucinda. I am a recovering oversharer. J-Lo is older than me. I think that's true, but she's way hotter. It's not real, Buffy. It's not real. I am also a recovering oversharer. And West Coast Fancy Nancy, it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay to say, I'm not going to share that. Or to say no. It's perfectly okay to do that. Oh, Angel K got to go to Bug Tussle and in the helicopter, and she got to hold Lucinda. Unbelievable. Oh, that's really dainty. Oh, that's incredible. Did you know this? Did you know that you were going to be this little for everyone to look at? Did you know that you were going to be famous? Do I take her to the salon for color matching? I do. And then Bo and I we both got veneers. So Gert and I go to the salon and we get our hair and nails done. It's just not enough, you guys. We need to contribute more. But Bo and I went to the dentist and we both got matching veneers. So he has the same veneers. We have the same dentist. Joanne Hawley, glam tax and extension on the trailer tax. What if we added to the trailer? Can you add to a trailer? I've never seen it done, but that could be a show all in itself. Honestly, it really could. I am too, Yorkie Mom, but don't worry, you're going to do it again. Thank you, Joanne, for your super chat. That's hilarious. Bo is very smiley for that reason. He has a beautiful smile because we got veneers together, and we just charged that. We just wrote on super chats. We just roll around. That's how we roll. They see us rolling on super chats out there riding dirty. Super chatting, riding dirty, super chatting, riding dirty. That's what we do, you guys. We're just manipulative, and just gaining super chats. Bo loved meeting everyone. It was so cute. Are you asleep? Oh, were we sleeping? Look at the footy ball. Do you see it? Look at it. Blee, 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 blee. Yeah, definitely next time. Don't worry, there's going to be a next time. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Are you totally asleep? What happened, Pepper? You didn't even go to Grandma's today. Why are we so tired? You didn't even go to Gram's. Because you're just older and you're really cute and tiny? Sometimes, doesn't she look like one of those little monkeys? I know the compound would be amazing, Jenny. It would be amazing. Sometimes she looks like a little monkey to me. Punky. Punky's rolling. They hating. Oh, it's a lot. Oh, Joanne Hawley, veneer tax for Gertie. Yeah, she didn't get the veneers. As a matter of fact, she just lost another tooth at the bottom. She does kind of look like a lemur. Oh my God. Renee B, that was hilarious. Reese is rolling on future super chats. Story at 10. We'll tell you more about that tonight at 10. Joanne Hawley, veneer tax for Gertie. She needs implants. So we're going to have to increase that. We're going to have to increase the tax. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. I know, Bumblebee. Hope Between the Dreams. Thank you for being a member, and we love you, babe. Next time I want to meet you. Will you guys hit subscribe before you leave? Oh my God. Did you know that Angie Moe, an angel, held you? Did you know that you were looking up at the heavens where you came from? Oh my God. I'm sorry that I woke you up. Oh, it's going to get weird. It's going to get like Pepe Le Pew, and I'm going to force myself to kiss you. And you're not into it. But we want you to be into it. Reese is too kissy with her dog tonight at 11. I know, Megan Roberts. It's a lot. Guys, hit subscribe. Tomorrow is what? Wednesday? Let's do something tomorrow. I have more that I want to talk about. I just feel like there's a lot that we need to dust off and uncover and bring to light. No? I have to go try to find Kid. She's still out there because that weird kid came to my door and made us all incredibly uncomfortable. I'm not kidding. He was like, "Have you seen me on Facebook?" I was like, "No, dude, no." I felt like he was Ron Burgundy. Like, I'm kind of a big deal. I don't know if you know, I have many books that smell of rich mahogany back at my apartment. This weekend, Hope Between the Dreams. Thank you, Topsy, for being here, and I love you. Guys, I will be back tomorrow. Let's do an earlier stream tomorrow, I think. It'll probably be, that's true, Bumblebee. It'll probably be closer to 4:30ish tomorrow. I plan on that. So please come stream with me. Hit subscribe. Mods, I love you. Susan, I hope you had an amazing birthday. And Stacey Toms, love you too. Guys, thank you for being here. I mean it. Thank you for your super Puka Vista. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your memberships. But most importantly, seriously, I love you, Angel K. Thank you for your input. Thank you for being accepting. Thank you for making this a safe space for everyone. We shared a lot today, and it was not the easiest. It was not the easiest for some of us, including me. Like, talking about parenting is hard for me because it's a sensitive subject because so many people fucking hate me, but it's also kind of laughable. Love you too, Hope Between the Dreams. Like, keep it up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore what they say. But at the same time, it's a little iffy. It's a little iffy. Love you too, Liz Tricks. Love you, Jessamine. To talk about the dark side of parenting is what I'm calling it. There is a dark side to it. Not everybody wants to admit that. So thank you for making this a safe space to talk about those kind of topics, we're not done. We'll keep doing it. So I want to say thank you for that. I'm serious. It's very validating. Good vibes. I love you too. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey, Tony P. I mean it though. Thank you for being here. It really means a lot to me. It does. I never take it for granted. I'm very grateful for you guys. So thank you. Thank you. Bye, Mandy Albert. Love you, babe. And here comes Fred, guys.